take solace in the Almighty Allah. There is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them. Today is their day. No matter how, no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. Unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah, it is not anybody who wanted them to die. There's no single officer there who wanted even one single soul to pass. But I want us to all take solace in the Almighty Allah. There is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them. Today is their day. No matter how, no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. Unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah, it is not anybody who wanted them to die. There's no single officer there who wanted even one single soul to pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mema Ubibia Kwaba, Dino ya D sexy Dr. Ren, and Idi Mwauba Modiana a share video no. I think we have all heard the tragic news SC Ewo Yekrum Ghana, and I want to add my 2 cents on the happenings of a year Ghana. And it yebedi a year and komo ewo ahase. You've heard the voice me play ma wono. And I'm here to speak truth to power. I'm here to let you know a year senior me a sifa assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, I think truth must be told, and in speaking truth, we don't need to polish the truth. Senior assembly no ebe kind of senior tie pepe. Let me welcome everyone. I worship me me ma will be akwaba and inti ye share senior tibiano. It's a very sad news. I see ewo my Ghana. This is not what we were wishing for. This is not news na yemubino ye pese yete. Now, and so enya aba, the question we ask ourselves ni say ye kwa kope adwuma na da achi bi yetimi e de abo my Ghana ho eban na yetimi di bi nso abo ya brabo, and this is what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, when you kanesa no, I will ask that you share the video na yentimi emo enkomo ewa hase. Why? Yintimi any enkomo ewa hase. Ema obibia kwa babiem send munim no edino D sexy edino Dr. Ren. Ene de me dofo ba ko bi nso kra de ade ba kwa to so. It's because o say Dr. Ren and they enkomo ni nyina ne say mehwe wa we are very passionate when it comes to Ghana. And enti matu din papa Ghana. The betimi di aboa of my Ghana. I hold me free. I tell people, who am I? A son of a minor, a son of a former military officer. Nankayedi, yes, anyone, and etimi kasama amount for eti. Now, Ghana is a country that I'm from. maybe be a mekobia na me nkoye me ho se me obroni babi na ma fake me accent na ma ye me ho se me ye sebio obroni akwada. What happened today nkomo a me dwiri se ese nyina ye de kɔ adwendwene mu. And as a nation and as a my Ghana no nkomo we mefa no in 3 parts. Mefa in 3 parts. The first part no the MP obi na no kan sa asem we ana biwia mehwe the president ene the finance minister almost asem o makafa asem we ho na miwie nso a mehwe the Ghana Armed Forces nso na yedi ho nkomo ene president ekohie mu na ye nkokon ketenkete wada na di wo check se Ghana for we should patronize made in Ghana goods. We should eat made in Ghana so that at least we can help grow our economy. But nanke yehwe se anka no nanke ne ebeye enkomo a ebe headline all the news. And so ankoba ne sa enkomo a headline news no the stampede so wo airwork. Now ladies and gentlemen, me pese yetie ye mami kasa ne biem na yewia me de nkomo ne beto aso.
There is nothing that happens that doesn't happen at the right time. This is what the Almighty Allah has ordained for them.
Welcome Zigma, welcome.
Today is their day.
FM.
No
welcome,
matter
Anna.
how,
welcome,
no matter what, no matter who was there, as what, even if we brought all the presidents of the world to sit there as ministers or whatsoever, once today is ordained for them to die, they will. And this is what has happened. Unless you don't believe in the oneness of God, unless you don't believe in the oneness of the Almighty Allah, it is not anybody who wanted them to die. There is no single officer there who wanted even one single soul to pass.
So mamia or kasei se enche mo amata tie me de me bona baso kra wo appointment committee se oyobi a otai dwene Ghana for ho, and she asked some questions I think say ayana eboa ye dwumedie. But let me say it. Say even though my commending no I was some adwuma bi a wo ye, let me say it here. That is why my followers are not followers who are slaves, political slaves. No. What this Pusiga MP Laadi Ayi-GAF a very, very unfortunate statement. The statement now make we enkramonia obeka se ma menko kinkan a friend is saying Quran no na me kinkan Quran 64 verse 11 no or say no calamity befalls anyone except by Allah's will, and whoever has faith in Allah whoever has faith in Allah, he will rightly guide their hearts through adversity, and Allah has perfect knowledge of all things. We enkramonia obeka se de ma American nyansa wo etasu based on our religion. Say nyame na de ma nyame na egie, as the Christians will say it. But I disagree. You see, we should not allow religion to push us to an extent where we become irrational human beings. And simple matters that can be solved, when disaster happens like this one that is preventable, we say nyame na ema, nyame na egie. It is a foolish statement, and it's a useless statement, and it's a statement that we should not encourage. Ye wadie nyina ho kwan, but enye ni nyina ne fata ye. I am very disappointed in our dear mother for such utterances. It was a wrong time. Now, think about this. So wo enua ka omo omewu ne ho. Ana wo ana wo ba ewu. Ana maami we as a parliamentarian kasa asem no a, how would you take her message? You will see her message as very insensitive. You will see her message as a person one dwene eye awofo no a omahwe wo mo de hie. And I don't think even if you are an NDC member, you should entertain and try to justify this statement. It's a wrong statement. And I know NDC people are wise, followers, not be wise. You will not justify things like this. You won't. You are not like the MPP, and don't become like the MPP. And never think of becoming like the followers of the MPP, who are politically slaves, majority of them, who will always think, say, the right thing is to defend their political party and their MPs or trances. What this lady, our dear mother, the people of Pusiga MP said is wrong, and we should not encourage it. If it was your sister who perished today, who died today, and you listen to these utterances, you will not be happy. Into Pusiga MP, please, this statement, you need to apologize to the nation, especially to those who lost their loved ones. Now, many can say, I will say that, you see, our woman or our mother allowed faith, her faith as a Muslim, and believe in destiny. To override her common sense, which is really sad. You see, this is very sorrowful. And now we should not entertain such utterances, especially coming from public figures like an MP or representing a constituent, a nyansafo, be a Christopher, be a traditionalist, be a Muslim for. I think it's wrong, and I condemn it, and I think she needs to apologize. I stood here on the same platform, and I'm a commending, for the good worker all year, our parliamentary committee. So my bonaba soda, it is why I need to tell her that I love you, mommy, but your utterances was wrong. Simple as that. And that is what we need to understand. That yes, you can be an NDC. She is an NDC MP, but that does not mean so can be beer. You should still defend. And I love these new NDC followers, these new NDC members, that they don't entertain utterances such as this. Ma memfa maame no edie ensi wo eye the Pusiga MP. Memfa na asem ni nsi wo. Now let me go to Dominic Nitiwool. Her name rings bell to Asante Kasebi. Nitiwool. This is a former defense minister of our great nation, Ghana. Now let me read to you the Wanonso Kai. I have condemned the NDC MP. Now let me look at this MP, so especially a former defense minister who ought to know better. Or say God being graceful to me. Things like these didn't happen under my watch. Nyankopon di oso de nyangono de Nyankopon dono. Nyankopon ehu ne mobo. Nyankopon was gracious to him. And inti the military recruitment death na see yen e wo na happen no ono de en si wo na pen so. Now you see, this man is not being logical, and it's very, very disturbing when we always cloud our brains with political colors. This is a typical foolish statement coming from a tribal bigot, a man who cannot reason and speak anyhow, especially being a minister, a former minister of defense. So you see, in as much as I condemn what the Pusiga MP said, and just like Dr. K said, it is totally out of line, I'm also condemning what this former defense minister, Dominic Nitiwu, is also saying. Now you see, these political leaders or these MPs must begin to understand that we are building a nation and that we are not wrestling against each other. The fight to develop and build our nation is not a fight to tear ourselves apart. In everything that we do, we must put Ghana first and reason beyond partisan politics. So such utterances is distasteful, especially when he himself, he has occupied that position as a defense minister. I was thinking that he would come up with solutions that will help solve this problem. Now, I told you I will deal with the MPs and then I will come to the Ghana Armed Forces. Now, Ghana Armed Forces, or say, before I come to the Ghana Armed Forces, no, my main can't show exactly what has really happened so that you get the understanding. So what happened today was that there was a recruitment. Ghana Armed Forces recruitment. I said, ewak. Na eja, womo body selection and then registration. And they say stampede kobaya. And mama kumaku 6 women ewuyayaya. Now the update on ewak stampede, King Kaimau. So there were 34 casualties, including potential recruits and other persons who have not directly related to the exercise. 6 persons have been confirmed dead. 5 are critical and in ICU, which means they are fighting for their life. 12 are fairly critical. The rest are stable and under observation. In light of these developments, the Ministry of Defense has halted the recruitment process in Accra region until further notice, while other region recruitment centers progress smoothly with improved phase schedule arrangements. And let me say in Kumasi, so yet say bibi sa course, but no obi enwa owuye. Inti Kumasi so and I'll read to you. The ministry deeply mourns the loss of life and extends condolences to the affected families. The Ghana Armed Forces has instituted an internal board of inquiry to investigate the cause of the stampede. We commend officers and health workers at the 37 Military Hospital for their dedicated services in this difficult moment. We assure all and sundry that adequate measures have been put in place to ensure the safety and dignity of all applicants and to prevent the reoccurrence of this unfortunate incident. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this particular statement a free the Ghana Armed Forces a statement that Misusu say ehu hia and so because of protocol any adwumenti ese e ka bibi fa ho. Now Osi Kumasi stampede at Kumasi stampede at Baba Yara Stadium leaves 5 injured during a Ghana Armed Forces screening. So it is not only Accra. Kumasi, so there was a stampede. Now, my main call a year main common so a many will be. Now, I share the Ghana Armed Forces, and we are the president, the Esubetuja, na much imagining about the president and so. Now, Ghana Armed Forces, it is a shame. Say, you doom pempen so we are. The armed forces that's supposed to be a disciplined, a friend is saying, institution, always turn out to be an indisciplined institution. Now you see, an institution like a Ghana Armed Forces, they should be the most well-organized, well-disciplined institution. Not just on paper, but in reality and in practice. So, yakonya a whole armed forces. Now you see over 20,000 people. You be recruit. Now you see omu nyina enhia wo airwork. Now you amfa enhihye bi antoa kwahem. Now omu nyina bodom pim. Esa every airwork could do a year 37 military hospital. Then you ask the question, say, Auntie Oma Hunu say something such as this, because mind you, these are intellectuals. Ghana Forces, Enyam Kwasiafo bi na join you. Me myself in 2000, after I finished my college, I was supposed to join Ghana Armed Forces. In fact, I went through the officer cadet training. A trainer be because na many nje ho e wo Ghana Armed Forces. What you say? Preferably other places armed forces, but not Ghana Armed Forces. Indeed, mimi dwane and my uncle no force me no. Man kon ho. Dwane na me kote bebia na to try ya na eja me di be ne na mu anya me ada roba. Ye di me bedu abrochiri se ene so won pe Ghana Armed Forces ne dia ene bra abrochiri. Now listen to this very carefully. And the Ghana Armed Forces enya kokoshe abaafo bi na join this institution no. And this one mu ye bibi na se bibi say etimi sia. The question you ask yourself, they say, what was the principle of anticipation? Se bibi sabe timiesi. Na se sia edia ne ebeye. Look, nipa 20,000. Na mo fa nkofo be few recruiters. Someone turning to this huge number. Definitely. There will be anxiety. There will be, a lot of people. There will be a lot of friends and people. They will be drained. The weather already. If you is shit, people will faint. What was the preventive measures put in place as an institution like Ghana Armed Forces? And then I heard one defense minister be under the MPP also, onoso ba ya obekasa nkwara no ho ahomete. Listen to this man, a former military officer and a former defense minister. Ye busa na asemo a say, oh, enkofo no Ghana former bru ni maba ho ahomete. Ye ka so munye si ano mu yese, ye ka so munye si ano mu yese. Come on. Our leaders, majority of them, at times, blame the people for their incompetence. Why are you blaming the people when you are supposed to instruct the people? Why this huge number? Decentralize. And that's what Elvis is asking. Did they carry out any risk assessment? Intimun decentralize it. Say, ebia names na they register, One more say names beginning from A to ABC. Ebia omombra Monday. Omo de DEF. Ebia omombra Wednesday. Ana ABC for nebeba anopa from 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. to 12. Ni ye break 2 hours. Na omo say DEF no ya toaso. Ye ntimi nya ne sa. Commonsensically. Ntimi nya ne sa. Yeah, recruit for many years. They be the same thing. The only difference is that this time around, Nipa 6 may be fighting for their lives. And maybe casualties at the hospital. Who is in charge of the Ghana Armed Forces? Who is in charge? Who is the CDS? The CDS is a weak CDS. He is not in charge. Because say what me as to pretend a man for war. By now you should even resign. I'm telling you. And that is why you see anybody who has followed me on my Facebook, I think a month ago, I said the president should appoint Stan Dogbe, and I'll come there. Because the president is joking when it comes to the defense ministry. He's toying with the defense ministry. I'm telling you. President John Mahama is toying with the defense ministry. Let's be serious here. Let me tell you something. You see, make it make sense. And here, let me delve deeper, because deeper minds will understand what I'm saying. I don't hate John Mahama. People knows. I don't hate him, but the truth must be spoken. In 1 year, one ministry, it took 8 top-notch of our people. One ministry, the defense ministry. In August, Nipa 8 every year. In November, Nipa 6 every. If you are a president and you care about your defense ministry, it should ring a bell that the leadership of the defense ministry is weak. It should ring a bell that the people in charge are not doing their job properly, and that I need to sit up. Let me tell you something. Akufo-Addo leaving the Ghana Armed Forces, majority of the people there, they don't want to see even John Mahama succeed. And I said this a month ago, when I said the president should immediately make some changes. Because yenim de yete, yeni wo form, yenim de yehu, ya soda form, minim de bete. And you see, I wish the president will listen. I wish His Excellency John Mahama will listen, because what is coming, I told you people 1 month ago, they say, appointed a Stan Dogbe with immediate effect, because what is about to happen today, something has happened. I'm not a prophet. No, it is commonsensical. Who is your eye? Our Ghana Defense Ministry. Now you see, 1 year, we lost top-notch people, human resource, the apex. You lose you all. You know how much it will cost a nation to train somebody like Dr. Omane Boama? Do you know how much it will cost? Now listen. Sure. In November, August, September, October, November, you lose nipa 6. A lot are in critical condition. And as a president, what are you doing? And you see the same CDS, you know, why are reluctant? Why are dull? It should tell you something. It should tell you something, Mr. President. It should tell you that the defense ministry has a weak leadership. It should tell you that your CDS is weak. Now, let's ask the president, why should the finance minister, Atoforsen, who is occupying a critical position as a finance minister, double as a minister of defense? Let's ask the president this question. Why? Why should the president give a sensitive position to a finance minister whose position already better, and you want him to double as a defense minister? Huh? So you see, that is the reason why a month ago, I told the president, appoint Stan Dogbe as your defense minister with immediate effect. A month ago. What is happening today? You need somebody who is a disciplinarian like Stan Dogbe to occupy that position. I don't know him. I've not spoken to him before. I'm not doing this because I've spoken to him or I'm doing his bidding. No. But I want the best for John Dramani Mahama and our nation, Ghana. Some say the recruiting arrangement was extremely poorly arranged. Yes. The people there are weak. And when it comes, it tarnishes the image of the president. And people will use it as a message. And with all this big NDC member, huge political party, it ain't anybody who can occupy the defense minister, occupy the position of defense minister. Why is the president wasting time? What is he waiting for? For another tragedy to happen? Atoforsen problems and one nutritional. And yet now the ministry said defense as Akokano. If I was the president, and I'm not, but if I was, I will appoint Stan Dogbe with immediate effect to be your eyes and ears with the defense ministry, because things are going on. Yet tinsem and near my koso. Oh yes. And you see, Anna Harry cannot see. Or can assembly for a year papa way or see the armed forces. No, let me read a year this gentleman, Harry there. Or see, as we speak, the military in Boku is full of MPP element. They are making the NDC unpopular. The defense ministry is very weak. So he is agreeing with me. Me sama me there. Make him. that I'm membo me trim na make asem wa ha. You understand me, my people? Asem na yegyina ha ye can no kre no. So the president is so tie ye. Na ye na asem na ye can otu hu anamon. Enya sa n'anim begu ase. Look, in me Facebook message, a month ago, as I kind of say, the president should reassign the Minister of Interior and appoint a year to a friend is environmental ministry and appoint a year Commander Kofi Boakye as Interior Minister. And he should appoint Stan Dogbe as a defense minister. I know what I'm saying. Indeed, 1 month, another way. What are we witnessing? Look, is it a fear, say, President Stan Dogbe be free? A year, a friend is saying, the president office as a deputy chief of staff, the president can make a year Mutari Bawa. I hope I got the name correct. She can reassign her to a year Stan Dogbe's position. She is more than capable. If you want somebody you can entrust, Bawa Mutari, you can let her be at the, reassign her to that position. It's a stand free war. And this is a man who does the work. He does the job to perfection. Look. Anyway, media, I'm only just a messenger. Papa Ghana. Yebeba bekano kreno. Na eja yedi atoɔ. Na onso wadwendwene ho. Because to Mr. President, me, I love you. I want the best for you to succeed. But I can tell you, the Ghana Armed Forces, the Defense Ministry is weak. And it's time that you need a new defense minister. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and God bless our homeland Ghana.